This week in class we covered Gary Moore's Walking by Myself, and I discovered a very cool backtrack that I forgot about, so I'm going to play along with it to give you a bit of insight into it. If you want a copy of the backtrack, WhatsApp me, we'll make a plan, and it should sound something like this. Watch for the silent gaps. The silent gaps very important. Now, there's little extra parts I was doing that, and that whole, those are sort of improvisational pieces that we can actually add to the song, but we're going to first of all learn how to play it. So let's take it through note for note. What we're going to do, you've got the PDF file in front of you, and we're looking at the first opening phrase, which is going to sound something like this. Now, what's interesting with this song as well is that we don't count 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually count 1, 2, 3, because he leads into the first beat. So as he finally gets to this note, that note, when he plays that, that's actually the count of 1. But let's first learn the riff. I'm going to focus now more into your fretting hand. We're at fret number 7 and fret number 5. So finger 1 is at 5, finger 3 is at fret 7. And the first two notes, fret 7 on the top, fret 5 on the 5th string, simply repeats itself, so it's 4 notes. And the 5th note we mentioned is going to come down to fret 7 of the 5th string. That's your target note, so you're going to lead like that. So if I were to count in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, you'd have something like that. Let's try together super slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then after the third time, he's going to play a quick little riff that goes 7, 5, tiny pause, 3, open, all on your 6th string. One more time, 7, 5, 3, open. And then he's going to finish off with an E5 power chord, which you can use fingers 1 and 3, my fingers are numbered, or fingers 1 and 4. And that takes place in fret number 7 and fret 9. You've got the tab on the PDF, and you simply strum it like that. Or if you want to get cheeky, you can put a nice E9 chord, which gives a cool blues vibe to it. For those that want to try the E9th, first finger, fret 6, 4th string, middle finger, fret 7, 5th string, and then your third finger, your ring finger, is flat across strings 1, 2, and 3, and you strum from the 5th string. Gives a nice blues tone. Okay, but let's get you and I playing together the whole way through. Now, on the structure of the song, when he starts off, he actually starts with, and he does the 4. Okay, and he does 2 of those before he starts singing. So as he starts singing, then you only do 3 of these. That's the first one, and then 2 more of them. And then after the third one, you're going to do like that. So let's you and I play together through now. Slow motion, we're going to assume that we're actually working with the part of the verse. So we're going to do 3 now, not the 5 that's in the introduction of the song. Because when he does do it later on in the song, there is only 3 times. So here we go on the count of 3. Got your pick, got your palm very close to your saddles over here. So you're resting more or less over here. And a little bit of palm damping isn't a bad idea. And what's very important is the silent pauses, which you're going to hear now. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and that's the introduction. Like I said, you could also go and end it like this. 2, 3, and so if you want to get more of a blues tone, try that E9th. I explained it earlier. Now, there's more than one way to play the rhythm guitar for this. You can do this over here, Or you can do this. They both sound pretty cool. Now, just to show that the song isn't necessarily an electric song, I'm going to quickly switch to an acoustic. I'm going to play it through with the acoustic guitar, and you're going to hear it sounds just as cool on acoustic as it does on your electric. We're going to use the same backtrack with acoustic guitar this time. Check how cool this sounds. Here we go. There's the pause. And in the same fills if you want to. Two and three and your riff. You can hear it works just as cool on acoustic as it works on electric. I've got a cutaway here, so it's easier to get up to the 12th fret for the E minor pentatonic scale, but we'll get to the scale part later. We first want to learn all the rhythm parts. Going to switch back now to the electric guitar. Okay, we've done the introduction. We're now looking at the part that goes. Again, if you don't want to use overdrive, you can always switch the overdrive off and you get this. It sounds just as cool, so it doesn't make any difference. I just like the distortion, the overdrive, because that's what actually Gary Moore uses on the original. Now, the riff is super easy. It's simply finger 1, fret number 2, 5th string from the bottom, like that. You're going to strum the 6th string along with the string, 2 strums. And once you've done that, you're going to take your ring finger and place him in fret number 4, also of the 5th string. And you're going to do 2 of those. A slow motion, if I count out loud, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and something like that's going to sound pretty cool. That was 1 bar, so you need to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 bars as on your PDF file. After we've done those 3 bars, we're going to add a very cool riff based on your open 6th string, which is going to go slow motion, open, 2 and 3 and 4 and something like that. One more time up close, you can see 0, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0. Now the tabs are on the PDF file. And after you've done that, you simply drop down a string for the A riff, which is going to be pretty much the same thing, but from the 5th string. So everything you did here is simply repeated a string down. The only difference over here, it's 1 bar, not 3 bars. And the next part, the B, there's an easy way and the correct way. Okay. The correct way is going to be a bit of a stretch. You need to go to a B power chord and watch the pinky. It's going to stretch quite nicely. And it's basically fret 2, fret 4, and the pinky goes to fret number 6. And you're only strumming strings 5 and 4. You can see it's slow motion. Now, I've noticed some of the people that are still new to guitar, they find the stretch a bit wicked. And there is a way around it. All you do is simply just play the G or the B power chord like this, and you simply go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so there's no pinky movement the whole way through. And if you don't like it like this, you can do it like this. So ideally you mean to go 1, but it sounds just as cool with like that. And then you finish off the riff with, which is simply going to go 4, open, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7. And that's basically the completion of the entire sequence. Now what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to play it now as if I were doing it in the band. In other words, we're going to first of all do the fills for 2 bars, and then we're going to create the spaces we mentioned earlier as if you were singing, but I'll guide you through that. Okay, I'm not going to sing because then I'm going to scare you away and you're not going to watch any more videos. Alright, but here we go. Backtracks on and ready. And again, if you'd like a copy of the backtrack to jam with, just drop me a WhatsApp. I'll be happy to make a plan for you. Here we go. Going to put the backtrack on, and 3 counts. And now he sings 1, 2, 3. And he sings again. Notice the silence. That's the third one. Here comes that rundown. 2 and 3 again. And now the riff. And now you repeat it. So it's the same as what we just did. Now I'm not using the pinky. And you're back to the beginning like that. Some pinch harmonics sound pretty cool. And the rundown. And now. And that's pretty much the structure. After that, there's simple repetition. Then there's a cool solo. Now, if you want to do the solo, okay, what sounds really cool is you get your E minor pentatonic scale. I'm going to zoom in a bit closer here. It takes place at fret number 12. If you look at your guitar on top here, you can see there's a double dot that I'm pointing at. That is your 12th fret. And for those that do know your minor pentatonic scale, it's going to be from fret 12, 12, 15, 12, 14, still 12, 14s, and then when you get to the second string, 12, 15, 12, 15. Now, if you're not sure how to play the E minor pentatonic scale, that's a study on itself. So please drop me a WhatsApp and I'll send you a breakdown of how to learn the scale and some exercises. Right now, this part's more of a sort of a jam part, and I'm going to play through with the backtrack just to show you how cool it can actually sound. And I'm assuming you do know how to jam. If you don't, like I said, drop me a WhatsApp. Okay, I'll backtrack the backdrop a little bit. And there's your backtrack going, and you start. Works quite nicely. Now the first part was quite slow to show that it doesn't have to be fast, and the second part was fast because it's cool. Okay, remember, end of the day, soloing is personal taste. It works quite well. And the little trick I did in the beginning, that if you want to try that, it's a lot of fun. Let me just show you that before we finish off the video. You start with what they call a trill, using fingers 1 and 2 in fret 15 and 17, and this is what's happening. You pick the first note, and you can see it's basically just those 2 fingers. He stays put and he hammers on and pulls off like crazy. Like that. Then I release this finger. I take the finger I'm pointing with and put it at fret number 13. So I'm going to go slow motion. Fret 12, fret 10, fret 8. And if I do it at speed, of course I can use other fingers as well. It makes no difference. I think actually the middle finger would work better, because then you keep your pick as normal. So I'm going to correct myself and say rather do this part with the middle finger. It keeps your pick in position. But have some fun with it, make it your own. And if you want some tips on soloing, let me know. But most importantly, go away from here knowing that you can play Walking by Myself. Cool riffs, sounds nice on acoustic, sounds nice on electric, nice song. Any questions, you know to reach me. Take care. Bye.